Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this week's video, I'm showing you how to make a whipped body butter vanilla latte scented moisturizer for glowing skin. This is a super easy homemade skincare DIY. So if you are a beginner at making homemade skincare, this is the perfect DIY recipe to try. Want to see exactly how I make this body butter? Well, keep watching. So these are the main ingredients I'll be using for this recipe. So the first ingredient I'll be using is Tucuma Butter. So Tucuma Butter is a very moisturizing butter. It glides onto the skin nicely and it leaves the skin with a beautiful glow. The next butter I'm going to be using is Tucuma Butter. So I've used Tucuma Butter in several of my skincare DIYs, so you know it's one of my favorite butters. And I'm adding in 3 different oils, so make sure you keep watching the video so you can see which ones I added. Guys, just as an FYI, the natural butters that I'm going to be talking about can be found over on my website at beautyrove.com. I will drop a link in the description box below. Also over on the website, you can find other DIY skincare and hair care ingredients as well as recipes. So if you've been rocking with me here on this channel for a while, thanks for subscribing. If you're new, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you're notified whenever I create a new video. So let's go ahead and measure out our oils. So the first oil I'm measuring out is apricot kernel oil, and I'm measuring out 40 grams of this oil. So next I'm going to add in a little bit of almond oil, and I love almond oil. I'm using 14 grams of almond oil. And of course, this last oil that I'm adding in is a sunflower seed oil, and I'm measuring out 54 grams of sunflower seed oil. It is also one of my favorite oils to use in body butter. Let's move on to the next step. So I've already measured out my butter, and I'm including 142 grams of Tucuma butter. I'm also going to be adding in 28 grams of Tucuma butter, and I just love the way both of these butters feel. So now that I have my butters inside my jar, I'm going to go ahead and pour my oils over onto my butters so that these ingredients can mix and combine together to create the base for my body butter. This next step is an important one. I'm going to melt my butters and my oils down using a water bath over low heat. So while my ingredients are melting down, I'm going to go ahead and measure out a couple of other ingredients. So this first ingredient that I'm measuring out is my antioxidant. It is vitamin E. So vitamin E helps to nourish and protect the skin, and I love adding it to my body butters because it also helps the skin to retain water, meaning it works to hydrate the skin. So let's move on to the next ingredient. So this next ingredient is what's going to give the body butter a delightful scent. So I'm measuring out 2 grams of vanilla scented fragrance oil. So now that my oils and butters have actually mixed together and are now in a liquid form, I'm just going to transfer my mixture into a larger bowl. And now I'm going to place saran wrap over my bowl, and this is going to help protect my mixture during this next step, which is to let my mixture cool down in the freezer for about 15 to 20 minutes. So it appears that my mixture is pretty firm, so I'm going to remove the saran wrap, and using a handheld blender, I'm going to go ahead and start mixing my ingredients together. And as you can see, the mixture was slightly hard, but as soon as I started to whip it up, it started to turn into a whipped consistency, which is exactly what I want. So I'm going to continue to blend it until the consistency is where I want it to be. So now that my body butter looks nice and fluffy, let's move on to the next step, which is to add in a little bit of cornstarch. So this is 3 grams of cornstarch. And now I'm going to use my hand blender to mix it in really well. So you can certainly use a stand mixer to create this body butter, and of course, with a stand mixer, there's an attachment that will normally go in a circular motion, so you don't have to turn the bowl like I'm doing now, but it is completely a personal preference, and it's perfectly fine to use either a handheld mixer or a stand mixer. So guys, in my last video, I created a body scrub where I used a body butter for my base, and I also used a stand mixer. So you can check that video out after you're done watching this one, of course. So there will be a link in the description box, or you can click the link at the top of the screen. So now I'm going to go ahead and incorporate my vitamin E over into my mixture, and this is 1 gram of vitamin E. So I also had a little bit of cornstarch left, so I'm going to incorporate that. And I'm also going to incorporate my fragrance oil that I measured out and mix them all in together. So now that those ingredients are incorporated, I'm just giving my body butter a little stir, and it looks amazing. So now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next step, which of course is to fill my body butter jars. And of course, you can pipe the body butter like I'm doing, or you can just pour it directly into your jars from your mixing bowl. I find it easier to do it this way, but again, guys, it is completely a personal preference. So do whatever works best for you. So guys, this is my vanilla latte body butter. So now I'm just going to add a nice little touch by incorporating in some sparkly glitter on top of my body butter. And this, of course, is what gives me my latte look. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Products and ingredients that I use can be found in the description box below. And guys, also don't forget to head over to my website for more free DIY skincare, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!